Southern Wisconsin could be hit with another round of snow this weekend. We'll tell you when and how much you can expect.
The Madison School District is going virtual after winter break. Will other districts follow suit? We'll hear when students could be back in the classroom.
Also, tens of thousands of people are being evacuated as wind-fueled wildfires destroy hundreds of neighborhoods in northern Colorado.
And we're remembering the life and legacy of the great Betty White. The television icon passed away today at 99 years old.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Another round of snow could hit southern Wisconsin this weekend.
Meteorologist Austin Kopnitsky is tracking the weather. He joins us now from the weather patio with the latest forecast. Austin?
And outside right now, we are seeing just enough precipitation to really lead to a lot of slick spots. Our patio outside right now, it's almost like an ice rink. And again, we really don't need too much precipitation to actually cause this. What the main issue is we have an area of warmer air just above us, so that's actually melting the snow that would be falling. So even though our temperatures at the surface are actually below freezing, what's falling out of the sky is actually lighter rainfall. Now that's super cooled rain, so right when it reaches the ground, it pretty much freezes on impact, leading to very slick conditions right now, especially on untreated roadways and sidewalks. Winter weather advisories in effect for today until 10 p.m. Tonight. Then we'll see a little bit of a recovery, but then more winter weather advisories will go into effect again for tomorrow. Current Doppler track really doesn't show too much precipitation, just some lighter amounts here and there. But again, that's all we need, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, and that is leading to a lot of slick conditions, especially on untreated surfaces. Current temperatures below freezing right now for almost all of us. Janesville at about 34 degrees. Now, come tomorrow and Sunday, we have alert days in the forecast for both days. For tomorrow, we're looking at snowfall and then pretty cold temperatures moving through on Sunday. I'll have an update and a look at your extended forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Austin, thank you. You can stay up to date on the latest conditions in your area with our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, the latest radar as well. Download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
New at 5, Shawano County officials say 2 people are dead and 2 others are injured after a mechanic barn exploded. It happened near highways 47 and 156 in the town of Lesser around 12:30 this afternoon. The investigation is still ongoing, but crews say the contents inside the building may have caused the explosion.
Well, the Madison School District is delaying the return of students to in-person learning due to COVID.
Mark Kane joins us now with more details on how school officials came to that decision and how they hope it plays out. Mark?
Susan and Eric, the district is hopeful by getting things in line now, it'll allow them to finish the semester in person. Students were scheduled to return Monday, but will now push it back to Thursday, go virtual for at least a couple of days, hoping to return to in-person learning by Monday the 10th. The district says it came to the decision based on record high case counts, staffing shortages, and its ability to test both students and staff.
For us, it's very aspirational that Monday, given that there is nothing catastrophic that takes place, because this thing is really day by day, we should be back moving and being consistently back in school for the remainder of the semester. That's what we are hoping at this point, based upon the lessons learned and some of the guidance we're getting.
The district says it is aware of the long-term effects that virtual learning has on students, and the hope is that by pausing now, it'll get things squared away to stay in person for the rest of the school year. The district plans to make a decision late next week on whether students can return in person on the 10th. Families can look for updates on meal service and childcare options in the coming days. Susan?
Mark, thank you. News 3 Now reached out to school districts across South Central Wisconsin to see what their plans are after winter break. The Belleville District Administrator sent an email yesterday saying Belleville currently has no plans to follow MMSD's lead. Classes will resume in person after break. School officials will also continue to monitor the situation within the district on a daily basis.
And the Verona Area School District also plans on returning to in-person learning morning. After the break, the district superintendent of business services said the schools will also continue to work with health officials to guide safety protocols and mitigation strategies. To see what your school district is planning to do after winter break, look for this story on our website, channel3000.com. Dane County keeps breaking records in the wrong category. On Wednesday, almost 1,300 people tested positive for COVID-19, breaking the previous record, which was set just a day prior at 721 cases.
With COVID cases rising dramatically in Dane County, the lines to get tested locally are as well. Our Brad Hamilton went to a local testing site and spoke with those who have been impacted by the COVID spike. Brad?
Susan and Eric, the staff at Fitchburg Family Pharmacy described these past few weeks of testing as both overwhelming and rough. During this 2-week stretch, a staff member says around 400 to 500 people have waited each day in car lines to get tested at the pharmacy, and today the waiting continued. When we arrived at around 11, a parade of cars were lined up in anticipation of finally making in to the testing area. One woman we spoke with says she arrived 15 minutes before the pharmacy even opened today and still sat in line for 2 hours.
It's definitely a lot, especially when you have, I think, yeah, it's been like 2 hours, especially if you're whether you're by yourself or if you're in a car full of kids. Like, how do you explain that?
Sandra Brown said it was not exactly the ideal way to ring in the new year, but a reminder that COVID has not gone anywhere. A staff member did want to add that if you're experiencing any symptoms of COVID-19, to still please come in and get tested.
All right, Brad, thank you. Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins has tested positive now for COVID-19. That means he won't play Sunday night against the Packers. Cousins, who is unvaccinated, reportedly had symptoms and self-reported before testing positive. Backup quarterback Sean Mannion tested positive on Sunday, but earlier today, he was cleared to play in Cousins' place. Health officials in Israel have begun administering a 4th dose of the COVID vaccine. Right now, the shot is only available for people with suppressed immune systems, but the country is planning on making the 4th dose available to anyone over the age of 60 and for healthcare workers. The World Health Organization says the pandemic could end in 2022 if global vaccinations increase. Organization leaders released a statement today saying if the right choices are taken, we can turn this pandemic around. 8.5 billion vaccines have been administered around the world so far.
It's usually the biggest party of the year, but surging COVID cases have reduced the guest list for Times Square tonight for the New Year's Eve ball drop. Only 15,000 people will be allowed to stand in Times Square. Spectators will go through a multi-layered security screening process and must wear a mask. This year, officials are also checking vaccination status. Almost 500,000 COVID cases were reported in the U.S. yesterday.
I think New York is doing a good job with scaling it down, but still keeping life as usual as much as we can.
Everyone's hoping for a good year and a little bit of a change from these past couple years.
Rooftops on the Vegas Strip are prepping for the fireworks show there, and Chicago is going forward with what it calls the largest fireworks display in Windy City history, spread out over a 1.5 mile stretch of downtown. Many New Year's Eve parties have been planned for months, but the fast-moving Omicron variant is forcing changes in those plans. Elise Preston has the details.
Health officials are warning against big New Year's Eve parties as the U.S. set yet another new record with nearly 500,000 new cases reported Thursday.
It could be dangerous for you to go into a large gathering of people, kind of New Year's parties that people are used to being able to participate in. I think those are really not a great idea.
The Department of Health and Human Services says more than 1,000 hospitals have critical staffing shortages. The military is being deployed to help strain hospital systems like this one in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
As uniformed healthcare leaders and providers, we understand firsthand the incredible stress that the pandemic has placed on our civilian counterparts in all healthcare systems.
COVID is also putting a strain on the airline industry, prompting thousands of canceled flights. And the FAA says air traffic controller shortages could cause even more canceled flights. All of it adding up to headaches for people trying to get home from their holiday travels.
Lots of flights canceled, delays, layovers, all kinds of stuff.
And the CDC is telling people to stay off the high seas as well, warning Americans to avoid cruise ships regardless of their vaccination status. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
The State Department has also warned people traveling overseas to make contingency plans in case they test positive before traveling back to the U.S. to stay out of the country longer than expected.
A Marshall resident is dead after a rollover crash happened in Hamden Township. Columbia County Sheriff's deputies received a 911 call about a crash. This was around 4 yesterday afternoon. Investigators say a Cadillac was driving westbound on Sanderson Road when it entered the north ditch. The vehicle then rolled over before hitting an electrical pole. The 34-year-old driver was pronounced dead at the scene. A juvenile in the car was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. Deputies say speed and slippery roads appear to be factors in the crash. Well, next Thursday marks 1 year since hundreds of people stormed the U.S. Capitol looking to stop the certification of the 2020 presidential election. At noon on January 6th, the House will hold a prayer and a moment of silence to remember the Capitol insurrection. Lawmakers will also have the opportunity to share their accounts of the attack. The Justice Department has charged more than 700 people in connection with the riot. A House Select Committee is investigating what led to the attack. The White House is also planning to commemorate the anniversary, but hasn't yet released any details. Well, historic wildfires have wiped out entire neighborhoods in northern Colorado.
High winds continue to fuel the flames, destroying hundreds of structures and driving tens of thousands from their homes. Melissa Armas has the latest.
Block after block, charred and smoldering skeletons of homes are all you can see in 3 Boulder County, Colorado communities. Fast-moving wildfires fueled by 105-mile-per-hour winds erupted Thursday morning, cutting a wide path of destruction.
In the blink of an eye, this was a disaster in fast motion. All over the course of half a day.
The flames destroyed hundreds of homes and businesses and spared others as they leapfrogged over highways and buildings about 20 miles northwest of Denver.
I would estimate it's going to be at least 500 homes. I would not be surprised if it's 1,000.
Residents had only minutes to escape with whatever they could carry.
I packed myself, my cat, and just keep our fingers crossed.
Some returned to their homes Friday morning to learn they'd lost everything.
It was just nothing left in the area. I'm just really glad everybody got out.
While it looks like a war zone here right now, there are no reports of widespread casualties.
It's unbelievable when you look at the devastation that we don't have a list of 100 missing persons. Again, I'm hoping that's a miracle.
How the fire started is still under investigation, but the sheriff suggested downed power lines as a possible cause. Marissa Armas, CBS News, Boulder County, Colorado.
Colorado's governor has declared a state of emergency, freeing up emergency funds and resources for those impacted.
Up next at 5, a story that saddened so many of us earlier today. Television icon Betty White has died.
After the break, we'll take a closer look at White's legendary life and career. And later, the Badgers now have a new championship title after winning the Las Vegas Bowl. We'll have highlights and hear from the players coming up at 6.
And the final trading day of the year, the Dow off 60, the NASDAQ falls more than 96, S&P loses 12.5. And we'll be right back.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with store-wide savings, including holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty self-adjusting foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can
tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this New Year's and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with savings of up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Slick roads are possible this evening. Winter weather advisories in effect for today and tomorrow. I'll have details at 6.
And increased demand in COVID testing leads to long lines and frustration. We speak to some people in line today to see how they're getting through the wait. That's tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A bright light in Hollywood went dark today. Betty White passed away at 99 years old.
Fans are left saddened, but with fond memories of the laughter she brought so many for so long. Nikki Batiste has more.
Hi, Sue Ann. How are you?
I didn't sleep a wink all night. I feel wonderful.
Before she became a household name on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Betty White was a familiar face on TV, hosting parades, appearing in TV commercials.
Your man's Valentine is sportsman toiletries. Your gal's...
And as a regular on game shows, from To Tell the Truth to The Match Game.
I'm the first one finished.
You're the best.
You were finished a long time ago, sweetheart.
To her favorite.
Here's your host on Password, Alan Ludden.
But the role of man-crazy happy homemaker Sue Ann Nivens on the top-rated Mary Tyler Moore Show made her a star. It became her trademark, a sweet little lady who says not-so-sweet things.
Sue Ann. Yes, Lou.
Could you do me a favor?
Well, maybe on my lunch hour.
Thank you for being a friend. In 1985, White took on a new role, playing the lovable, naive Rose on The Golden Girls.
Even a trip to the bank can be exciting if you wear a ski mask.
Considered one of the most progressive TV shows of all time, the 4 older single women living as housemates in Miami raked in awards and maintained a cult status for decades.
Who's that at the door? It's me, Blanche.
As White got older, her popularity actually increased.
You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
The 2010 Super Bowl ad for Snickers was such a hit that it started a Facebook campaign for her to host Saturday Night Live.
Betty White.
A few months later, she got the gig. The appearance earned her a 7th Emmy Award. That same year, she also starred in yet another sitcom at age 88.
Try them on, Joy. You're the only one here with man hands.
And at age 96, White received a rousing standing ovation at the 70th Emmy Awards. She thanked her fans and said it was incredible that she could stay in a career so long and still have people put up with her. Nikki Batiste, CBS News.
Betty White, as we mentioned, was 99 years old. She just a few weeks shy of her 100th birthday. She would have turned 100 on January 17th.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
She will be missed. All right, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Here's meteorologist Austin Kopnitsky. Austin?
And you know, outside right now, we're dealing with a few issues. Currently, a lot of cloud cover has been around all day, but now we're starting to see that light drizzle outside. And unfortunately, with temperatures below freezing for a lot of us, it is causing some slick spots here and there, especially on untreated roadways and even sidewalks. sidewalks and things of the nature there. But also flurries outside. We're seeing a few flurries, a little bit of some freezing drizzle here and there, but it's not going to be a lot of overall precipitation, but it is just enough to cause those slick spots. Tomorrow, we're going to see some snowfall returning. It'll be a little bit more on the breezier side of things, and that's how we're going to kick off our next year. And then afterwards, day 2 of 2022, that's going to bring very frigid cold temperatures. Sunday's high only 10 degrees right now. Now, our current Doppler track, it does look pretty good, but we are starting to see that snowfall really developing, especially in parts of northern Colorado where they were affected by those wildfires. So the Boulder, Colorado area actually looking at about 6+ inches of snowfall for today. And boy, do they need it after what we saw here yesterday. But now locally, again, really not too much on our actual radar here in southern Wisconsin, but the precipitation out there is just so light, it doesn't get picked up here on our Doppler track radar, but it is again still enough to cause those concerns. You can see here our visibility is a little bit lessened for a lot of communities, and this is where we really are seeing that drizzle or some patchy fog here and there, but most of it is actually that lighter drizzle that's actually keeping down the visibility, but nothing that's going to cause visibility concerns. It's really just to show you there where we're seeing some of that drizzle. Now, the future track shows that continuing over the next few hours, drying out later on here for tonight, but then tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, that's whenever we're going to start to see that snowfall returning, and we're going to stack up a few inches, especially in our southern viewing area, before this ends up leaving here late in the day on Saturday or early in the morning here on Sunday. So winter weather advisories in effect until 10 p.m. tonight for a lot of our communities, and then we have another round for tomorrow of winter weather advisories that are going to go back into effect here tomorrow early in the day. Taking a peek back here, we can see some of those winter storm warnings down south. That's where some of the heavier snowfall really is expected. We're going to get clipped here by the northern part of this system, but a lot of those heavier snowfall totals are actually going to sit down to our south. Alert days in the forecast for both Saturday and Sunday. Again, Saturday for the snowfall, Sunday for the very cold temperatures. A lot of our models really starting to line up right now. We're looking at about 1 inch, maybe 2 here in the Madison area, but farther up to the north, really not going to see too much overall snowfall here with this. Wisconsin Dells, a few flurries or lighter snowfall showers, but that's really all we're looking at here for some of our northernmost communities. A look at our extended forecast, however, it does show those alert days for both tomorrow and Sunday. Some PM snow showers are looking possible here on Wednesday. Another chance of snow for that Thursday, but overall these temperatures, they just stay very, very cold. Much colder than average here to end off our forecast. And a quick peek at what we're looking at with traffic right now. Things are moving along quite nicely, but we are starting to see some of those slowdowns here on the Beltline. And I do have to remind you, just take it slow on those roadways, especially side streets, untreated roadways. They're likely going to be slick out there for the next few hours.
Austin, thank you. And coming up next, despite COVID concerns, many countries are still ringing in the new year with loved ones. See how other countries are celebrating when we return.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with savings of up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Update your bathroom with a fresh paint color and a new faucet from Menards. For a beautiful look that stays clean, choose DuraClean Interior Paint from Dutch Boy. It's a paint and primer in one that's stain resistant. Pick up a gallon of interior flat paint for just $19.98 after rebate. Finish your update with Moen. This Hilliard series complements any bathroom design and features 5 unique spray settings. Right now, save big on Moen shower faucets.
Save big money at Menards.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold.
If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
Had enough? No, arthritis. Here, Aspercream arthritis.
Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation.
Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream. When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy Prep Cook and Clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour sale is this weekend. Ring in the new year with store-wide savings, including holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. Well, it's kind of like deja vu here. Countries ringing in another year during a pandemic and having to deal with all that comes with it.
Yep, some celebrations have been canceled, but as you can see in our monitor, events in Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and China still went on. Ian Lee has more.
2021 ended much like 2020, with lackluster celebrations around the world. To prevent the spread of COVID, New Zealand put on a light show, punctuated by car horns and sirens instead of fireworks. But neighboring Australia decided to break the global trend and light up the sky. Fireworks ushered in the new year with thousands watching in awe. 13 million people in the Chinese city of Xi'an are spending the night in lockdown as the country deals with its latest outbreak. In London, Big Ben will usher in the year for the first time in 4 years after completing restoration work. But many cities here in the UK won't be holding their traditional concerts or fireworks shows as COVID cases reach record highs. The virus is casting a shadow over much of Europe's celebrations. Italy canceled public parties after it also hit a record number of new infections. In Rome, locals and tourists quickly got tested before meeting family and friends. But the fear of yesteryear seems to be replaced by a new optimism.
I'm not at all worried. We have lots of vaccines.
I'm confident that we'll get over this and everything will be okay.
And in Spain's capital, Madrid, the show will go on, but the number of revelers will be reduced and they'll all be required to mask up. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Pope Francis has also canceled his traditional New Year's Eve visit to the nativity scene in St. Peter's Square.
The Vatican says the Pope wants to discourage crowds and avoid gatherings as Italy deals with record daily cases. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with Serta Queen sets from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale, open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. Call now and receive an ultrasound. Your initial consultation all for free. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and
even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this New Year's, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This new year, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with custom sofas from $7.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day, 11 to 4.
All right, let's get back to Austin, getting slick out there.
Very slippery.
That's exactly right, and unfortunately it's because of that freezing drizzle that we're looking at, and that has prompted the winter weather advisories to get put into effect for most of our communities, and that's going to go until 10 o'clock p.m. for tonight. Again, we really don't need much precipitation to have that freeze over and cause a lot of slick spots. Your sidewalk is probably a sheet of ice as of right now.
More updates in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.